Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to go over some very interesting Palworld updates amidst the Nintendo lawsuit. Obviously, we've been talking about that quite a bit, so we'll talk about another story that I'm a little bit surprised is actually transpiring amidst the lawsuit, but we'll talk about that. And on top of that, the game has gotten a little bit of an update. That dropped yesterday, so we'll talk that at the end of this video. But as noted on IGN, amid Nintendo's Pokemon lawsuit, Palworld developer Pocket Pair signs a deal for mobile version with Krafton, and I find that element of this story is incredibly interesting given that it is Krafton. They are the PUBG company, so obviously they are pretty familiar in this ecosystem. I gotta say, a little bit surprised that Krafton is getting into business with Pocket Pair right now to develop a mobile version of Palworld, just because everything that's going on with Palworld right now, I would just imagine that a lot of big publishers would want to stay away from it. Even if you do side with Pocket Pair from a legal standpoint, and it does seem like a lot of people do, you know, I just imagine that a lot of people would be skeptical about it at the same time, just because who knows how the legal system is going to go down. Some do accuse Pocket Pair, obviously, of ripping off Pokemon designs, and the designs of the mons themselves are very reminiscent of Pokemon. However, as you guys might know, Palworld, as far as the lawsuit is concerned, it is not because of the mon designs, it is because of the gameplay mechanics, which is insane. Somebody actually made a really good comment, which I wish, while I was recording the Palworld video I did yesterday, I was thinking of what is a gameplay mechanic that would be relevant to create a example point of, you know, imagine trademarking a gameplay mechanic where other developers couldn't use it. And somebody brought up the bullet time mechanic, and I thought that's a great comparison. Yeah, just imagine if the bullet time mechanic was under lockdown and no other game could use it. Again, we all know that Nintendo, while they're attacking Palworld for gameplay mechanics, there's more to this story as far as why they're really doing it. Like, let's be honest here, a lot of games have adopted similar gameplay mechanics to Pokemon, and a lot more games have outright been a carbon copy or closer to a copy of Pokemon than Palworld is. Palworld has the mon designs, but fundamentally from a gameplay standpoint is totally different. I will say this, Palworld, to me, seems like a type of game that will absolutely resonate at a mobile level. At a mobile level, I easily see people coming across it on their phone and just being captivated by the mon designs once again. It's a very easy game to market, and I can easily see it doing it very well, just from the standpoint of a younger audience seeing something like Palworld with far more impressive visuals than a lot of the Pokemon games, and just being something different. If you can get that type of experience on mobile devices, I could see it doing very well. This is how you ultimately grow this IP. I know a lot of you guys aren't going to have interest in something like a Palworld mobile, but in terms of growing the IP, a mobile release of Palworld just makes so much sense, and it would be huge for the franchise as well, in terms of just garnering a new audience. Again, the people watching my videos, you guys are not going to give a damn about a mobile release, but in terms of Palworld resonating with a more casual audience, which we already saw when it initially came out, that it absolutely resonated with a casual audience on PC. However, in terms of continually growing this IP, and it's never, and I shouldn't say never, but I don't think it's ever going to reach the heights that it did right out the gate when it dropped on PC. That was just, you know, something that was lightning in a bottle, and it's really hard to capture that again, but it's totally possible to continue growing this IP. It's totally possible to have surges of interest as they continue rolling out updates in early access, which we'll go to in a little bit, as they continue developing the game, adding more content, as long as Nintendo isn't able to actually put the kibosh on this game, which that is going to be an incredibly interesting story to follow. I do see Palworld continuing to grow. They have so many resources, and the game never does need to reach the heights that it did at launch. Those heights were just staggering, and if they could replicate that at any point, that would be amazing, but they don't need to do that to be a successful property. That's why I always found it a little bit comical. People being like, oh my god, everybody dropped Palworld. Yeah, Palworld's not a live service game. It has a finite level of content. It's an early access game. Let it cook. Like, let it cook. People will come back, but at the same time, people are going to other games, which is, as always, as I've said, a very healthy thing for the industry as a whole. Now, the other element of this story that's very interesting is Krafton, PUBG company. They also recently acquired Tango Gameworks from Microsoft. Tango Gameworks, an incredibly talented studio that Microsoft was going to shut down. Tango, of course, did The Evil Within, and while Krafton was not able to pick up the Evil Within IP, I could see that happening sometime down the line. They said that they just wanted to pick up Hi-Fi Rush for now because the agreement would take even longer if they were to bake in Evil Within, but they got Hi-Fi Rush. Hi-Fi Rush 2 is said to be in development, and Tango actually had an early build of that game done, but Krafton be cooking right now, you know, picking up Tango now, doing a deal with Pocket for a mobile version of the game, which I am not going to be interested in terms of playing Palworld on mobile, but I do understand that that could be huge for the prospects of the IP growing, so incredibly interesting as far as Krafton making major moves, and also interesting on the level that Krafton has the balls to do this because, you know, I mean, ultimately, it's not going to, I would think, affect Krafton. They're just signing a deal with Pocket Pair, but do you want to get in the midst of this? It's just something I do question. But yeah, mobile version for Palworld is coming. Another thing to note, as I mentioned, Palworld is still in early access. Update version 0.3.9 has just dropped, improved server FPS when there are many guilds on dedicated servers, and fixed a bug that caused the game to crash during cutscenes in Tower. So Palworld continuing to update, and they also added a new note on the Steam page, Steam Deck top played game. I didn't know Palworld was one of the top played games on Steam Deck. I should be well aware of that, but I haven't played Palworld on the deck. I've only played it on my PC, but nevertheless, that update is rolling out now, and the updates for Palworld haven't been abundant in terms of them constantly rolling out major updates, but I feel like the way they're handling it, where they are doing these major milestone updates, it's a better way to do it instead of just doing really small content updates. I would rather major milestone updates. And I just hopped on over to the community hub just to check the concurrent player count. It's 20,000, which is a fine number, but the top thread in the community hub is Nintendo deserves to win the lawsuit, which is hysterical, but also bear in mind that the Steam community hub, before you guys get up in arms over that, it's very much a lot of people trolling. It is very much a lot of people inciting and saying things to get a reaction, much like a lot of social media these days are. You know, walk the fine line of being a troll so people can't tell that you're trolling, and it's a much more effective way of actually trolling, but I digress with that. That'll do it for me. Again, Palworld dev Pocket Pair has signed a deal for a mobile version of the game. Krafton will be helming that, the PUBG company, so very interesting. On top of them acquiring Tango Gameworks, and a new update for Palworld has dropped with version 0.3.9. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.